So today this is just going to be a quick video reviewing the tonic versus dominant chords and kind of clarifying some of the things you saw in the original video. First of all, here's a set of words that you need to know. Tonic, dominant, dominant seventh, we'll get to that, transpose, and keys. So if you have any questions about any of these words after this video, please ask. So right in front of us right here, we've got a C major scale with all of the diatonic chords built off of the scale degrees. So following the roots, you have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, and then there'd be do. And built off of that, we have our triads stacked in thirds. I have most of these written in brown, but there are a few that have some different colors. Those are the tonic and dominant chords. So let's start with our tonic. The tonic chord is just built off of one. Sometimes you could substitute this chord for a 3 or a 6 just because of all of the different notes that they share. Take a look at those chords compared to one another and notice that in the 3 chord, the third and the root are the same as the 1 chord's third and fifth. Moving over here to the 6, the root and third are the same as the 1 chords, the third and fifth are the same as the 1 chord's roots and third. 99.9% of the time, the 1 chord is going to be your tonic. So, back to our words, tonic is the 1 chord. Talking about dominance. Most commonly, those are going to be your 5 chord and your 7 chord. Now remember, this is uppercase because it's major. This is lowercase because it's minor. This is lowercase and has a little circle because this is a diminished quality of chord. So you have your tonic, 1, and your 2 dominants, 5 and 7. So tonic, you got it, you know it, check it off. Dominant, you got it, you know it, check it off. So your tonic and your dominant chords. Here's a tonic, or a dominant, my apologies, and here's a tonic. This is your 5, and this is your 1. So part of the reason why these chords work great together is because of the relationship that I've talked about with you, about how T always wants to go to do, and Re always wants to go down to do as well. So take a listen to me play the scale. I'm gonna stop on T. You just want it to go up to do. Now I'm gonna play a descending and stop on Re. You really want it to go back down to do again. So the fact that both of these notes, your Re and your T, both want to go up to do, means that this chord is going to be causing a ton of tension, which is then released when you get to the 1 chord. So moving right on over here, it's the same basic idea, except we're adding in something different. Take a look. The root and the third in this chord are the same as the third and the fifth in this chord. You've got your T, Re, T, Re. Those are both going to want to go down to do. Or I guess Re goes down, T goes up. So back over here, if you've got T here and Re here, you'd have me in this space. That line must be Fa. Now Fa is interesting because Fa, just like Re wants to go to do, Fa wants to go to mi. There's Fa. That's better, right? So Fa wants to go down to mi. So between these 2 chords, you have a lot of motion pulling you from 1 chord to another. Now the nice thing I'll add about this chord is that there's a G in both of them. So that, if you wanted to, that could just stay constant. It doesn't need to move at all. So those 2 chords are very important to know. Those are your dominant functioning chords leading to tonic, and that is why they have such a strong pull. So I'm going to come back in a second, and I'm going to show you one more chord that is even cooler than both of those. So here is your 5 chord, your 1 chord tonic, and your 7 diminished chord. 2 dominants and a tonic. Now, I drew in these arrows from before, and it's pretty clear that there's a lot of really good relationships happening with your 5 to 1. In addition, there are some really cool things happening going from 7 to 1. But take a look. Compare the two. When you have the 7 chord, there are no shared tones. Moving over to 5, we've got a shared tone right here, right? You've got so, which stays and goes to so, and then so, ti, re, but there's nothing that's gonna go to mi, because we don't have a fa. So there's nothing that can pull you to that mi in your 5. And there's nothing to connect the 7 to the 1. So somewhere along the line, some genius in the world of music theory said, well, why don't we just take that top note and put it over there? We'll just put them together, make them the same thing. Take a look over here at the 5-7 chord, or the dominant 7th chord. Now, this chord is really cool because it shares notes from both of these chords, right? You've got your 5 chord and you're adding the top note fa from your 7 chord. When you have that, take a look at all of these relationships you can draw. The fa can go down to mi, the re can go down to do, the ti goes up to do, and so would just stay the same onto another so, because you've got so up here, there's no reason why it can't be down there. So this chord again is called the dominant 7th chord. And that is the most powerful pull to 1, to tonic, that you can possibly have in music. To wrap things up, we talked about your tonics. Mainly 1, dominant. You've got 2 dominant functioning triads, your 1 and your 5. But if you put them together, you get your dominant 7th, which is the strongest pull that you have to tonic, because of all of the relationships and how close some of the notes are. Now, this is all just in C major. What's going to be really important is that you're able to transpose these ideas into all of the different keys that you've been studying. So one thing that I'm going to be sending out for today is a nice little Google form that's going to have you identifying chords in a key as either tonic or dominant. So for example, I might give you a chord that is E flat, G, B flat, and I'll show an E flat major scale. What you're gonna have to do is tell me E flat, G, B flat, that's the 1 chord, that's gotta be tonic. And then so on and so forth with dominants and dominant 7th chords. If you can put it into all of the different keys, then you're gonna be in really good shape moving into new music and moving into creating music yourself. So as always, if you have any questions, you can comment on the Google Classroom post and I will get back to you, hopefully within a few minutes. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions and have a great day.